Seamaster!
Hi everyone, Sneemaster here with a review of the MISC Reliant Tana. The Tana is a variant of the Reliant line dedicated as a fighter and patrol craft. It still has the MISC Reliant style, but designed for longer range travel. The Tana is 14.5 meters long. The Reliant Tana is technically a light fighter. It has a crew of up to 2. It has 2 size 1 military grade C shield generators. There are 2 size 1 fuel tanks, 1 size 1 quantum drive, and 1 size 1 quantum fuel tank. Combat speed is 166 meters a second, and max speed is 1,150 meters a second. The ship has VTOL engines that can be turned on and off for flying in heavier gravity. The ship is fairly maneuverable, but not quite as agile as other light fighters. The cockpit has a large rounded windshield that gives excellent visibility for the pilot and co-pilot in all angles. There are 2 seats, left for the pilot, right for the co-pilot. Like all Reliants, it has wings that shift from horizontal to vertical mode. The co-pilot seat rotates to sit under the pilot in vertical mode. The wings are thankfully independent from the landing gear and engines, but you can't land in vertical position. You also can't move from cockpit to living quarters when the ship is vertical. There is a current problem with logging out though. If you use the ship beds to log out, the ship will log back in vertical mode, which will prevent you from getting back into the cockpit. So the only way to fly the ship, if you logged out from the beds, is by claiming a new one. CIG has said that they will add a button to the hab area to convert the ship manually for that situation, but who knows when that'll happen. The Tana has a cargo capacity of 1 SCU inside a side storage area. There is a stowage capacity of 250,000 micro SCU. You can store multiple small handheld cargo containers or 1 full SCU container. Due to long patrols, the Tana has 2 beds and a combination toilet, shower, and sink. Sadly, the bathroom door doesn't close yet. There is a gun rack for storing weapons and a storage closet for armor. There is a rear ramp to get into the ship, although I think that there is an airlock door to the ramp that's missing. So right now, opening the rear ramp removes air from the whole habitation area. Unlike the Reliant Core, you cannot fit ground vehicles into the Tana. Even the little Grey Cat PTV or CNOU hoverquad won't fit. Maybe a Ranger motorcycle might possibly, because it's thin enough, but we'll have to see when it releases. For weaponry, the Tana has 2 size 4 turrets, one on the end of each wing, with a single size 3 laser autocannon on each. It also has 2 gimbal size 1 laser autocannons, one on each wing, but near the cockpit. The turrets can be controlled by either the pilot or the co-pilot, if there is one. The gimbal guns are only controlled by the pilot. The autocannons are slower than repeaters, but do more damage. There are 16 size 2 missiles and quantum missile launchers inside the wings. These missile launchers cannot be changed. There are also 2 size 3 external missile launchers on the wings as well. By default, they carry 2 size 2 missiles each, for a total of 4, but they can be changed out to give a total of 8 size 1 missiles for fighter combat, or change for 2 single size 3 missiles each for heavier or long distance combat. The Reliant Tana runs for $75 in time-limited sales on the website, or 870,000 AUEC in-game. You can buy it at the Lorville New Deal shop in-game, or wait for whenever rare MISC ships go on sale on the website, for example during Invictus or the IAE show. The Tana has a military green paint, but you can buy other paints for the ship. There is the bluish-white Frostbite paint, or the olive-green Timberline paint that has orange accents, both of which you can buy on the website separate or in a pack for a discount. Sadly, you can't buy them in-game yet, but I'm sure they will release them eventually. There is also the Invictus blue and gold paint that you can only get during the Invictus events for about $5 on the website. Finally, if you have other Reliant ships, you can switch paints with them. The Tana is a great ship for combat missions and it's very modular. The autocannons do a ton of damage, but you're going against smaller fighters, you may want to change them to faster laser repeaters. You can change the size 4 Gilroy gimbal turrets, which hold a single size 3 gun, to the Reliant Toshima turrets, instead, which hold dual size 2 guns each. That would give you 4 size 2 and 2 size 1 guns, which is amazing against other light fighters. Dual smaller guns often do more damage than large single guns. The default Gilroy gimbals can also be changed to Veripuck S4 gimbal mounts, which use less power, but can't be controlled by the co-pilot. You can also change the gimbal size 1 guns to fixed size 2 weapons if you need more firepower, but you'll lose the easy aiming. Switching the external missiles to the quad size 1 missile launchers gives you 8 size 1 and 16 size 2 missiles, which is seriously damaging against other fighters. One thing to watch out for are the wings. They stick out a lot, and other ships have a tendency to hit them, especially if you have AI ships jousting with you. Make sure to be very aware of where the wings are and keep out of collision range from other ships. Having a co-pilot helps as they can deal with power management or shields or even run the turrets while the pilot focuses on the missiles, small guns, and flying. The fact that the main engines can VTOL means it works well in atmosphere on heavier gravity planets. It may not be quite as agile as other small fighters, but the range, missiles, and quantity of guns can make up for that. The Reliant Tana is very useful for orgs in an escort ship role. It can travel quite far and is nimble enough and armed well enough to keep fighters from your target ships. If you give them heavy ballistic weapons, orgs can use them as long-range heavy-hitting hit-and-run ships, but their ammo won't last long. Security-based orgs can use them to patrol space for criminals and pirates. It might be possible to place a prisoner storage device in the cargo space in the future, so you can hold criminals there. Pirates could use the Tana alongside ships with quantum dampeners to catch prey in distant space. The cargo space and ramp works well for taking smaller cargo boxes, and they can last well in long-range missions. For the not-so-great points, aside from the other bugs and features I mentioned earlier, there is a problem with size. The Reliant is a medium-sized ship, but with light shields and armor. The wings are large and are easy targets if you don't dodge often. It really needs a shield buff, I think, and it really shouldn't be considered a light fighter. The Tana is not as fast as interceptors, not quite as maneuverable as light fighters, but with all the guns and missiles, I would say it should be considered more of a medium fighter. As a Tana pilot, you should constantly be rolling and strafing to make sure your wings don't get hit. Take advantage of the turrets and gimbals to keep dodging while firing at targets. The rear door is also a weak point, and if players can damage it, the door will stay open, making the interior vulnerable to weapon fire. I definitely enjoy the Reliant Tana as a fighting ship though, even if some of the bugs and issues make it a bit of a pain right now. I hope CIG adds an extra size 1 shield or 2 to the ship, similar to the Nomad, or maybe give it a single medium shield. It would help a lot for a fighting ship with such a large physical area. I love the transformation system and how it's very B-wing looking. Alright, so that's it for the Reliant Tana review. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're interested in jumping into Star Citizen, go ahead and use my referral code to get an extra 5,000 in-game credits. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons to get more videos. Let me know if you want me to review a particular ship or item. Here's a big thank you to my current patrons. I have a Patreon going for $3 a month. All patrons will have their names listed at the end of my videos, and I will make some exclusive videos for members as well. Okay, catch you all next time.